Hey everyone, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're talking about something that I personally went through in a dramatic fashion. And if you're in your 40s and wondering, is this it? Well, friend, you have entered an epic phase in your career. Let's see if you can relate. You've worked hard, very, very hard. You've climbed the ladder. You've played by the rules. And now you feel stuck. You're tired. You're disengaged. And the worst part, you can feel something inside you whispering, this isn't working anymore. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a full mid-career development plan using a framework I call the career reset plan, something I wish I had when my own career felt like it collapsed underneath me. Angst. Angst is the best word to describe how I was feeling. We'll talk about how to rediscover your core strengths, what to do when your job no longer fits, how to pivot without starting over, and how to protect your confidence in the process. Let's start here. You are tired. You are frustrated. And that means you are overdue for a reset. All right, so let's get started. Let's start by clearing the fog. Because when you've spent the past few years overextended, underappreciated, or just coasting, it's easy to forget what you're good at. And that's what my client said to me last week. I have forgotten my value and what I offer. Take 10 minutes today and write down your top 3 career wins. Not just the roles or titles, but the moments where you felt alive, impactful, and fully in your element. Ask yourself, what strengths was I using? What skills did I lean on? And what kind of environment made me feel energized? This is your career compass. Don't skip this step. It's how we anchor your next move in who you really are. Now, let's get brutally honest. This is the part we usually avoid because it hurts. But you cannot build your next chapter if you don't face what's been draining you. Ask, what no longer fits? Where am I shrinking to survive? What values have I compromised just to stay employed? Maybe you've been sidelined by office politics. Maybe the company changed and left you behind. Maybe you've just outgrown the job, and that is important. Are you realizing that this job isn't where you thought you would be at this point in your career or your life? That's a big realization, and it's okay. I have been there. In my 40s, just in the years between 40 and 50, I did the following. Settled a lawsuit that I filed because of damage to my previous home, which made me very ill. Obtained my master's degree. Became progressively sick from an autoimmune illness. Needed treatment for said autoimmune illness, burnout, and exhaustion. Went through a heartbreaking breakup. Built my business to be very profitable and watched it all collapse. Sold my home and moved to another state. Adopted my dog, probably the only really meaningful thing I did in that decade. Watched my dad pass from cancer and then took care of my mom, which I still do. And guess who's thick as thieves? That's right, dog and mom. I will tell anyone who asks me, my 40s were the most challenging decade of my life. And I know there are people out there who are having a much worse time, and there are people out there having a better time. And it's all good. That's life. Most importantly, however, my life felt like a house of cards. I said that a lot back then. Years of trying to get ahead in systems that weren't built to support me. It collapsed, and I collapsed with it. Sometimes we think we can outwork it, outsmart it, stay ahead of it, but sometimes, many times, it catches up to us. And if that's where you are now, grieving the version of your career and yourself that you thought would carry you through to retirement, well, let's talk about it because I have some ideas. Also, remember, you still have time. You still have power, even though it doesn't feel that way. And you still have your experience and strengths, which is where we're going to start. This is where we pivot from pain into possibility. And with a mid-career pivot, you don't have to start from scratch. You just need to adjust the path. First, here are 4 possible ways to reset mid-career. 1, career adjacency. Pivot to a role close to what you do, but with better alignment for you. For example, marketing to brand strategy, or even finding a similar job, moving to a competitor that feels more supportive of your current life demands. Number two, internal transition. Change departments or teams to reignite challenge and growth. Number three, strategic upskilling. Learn something new that unlocks a leadership path. For example, AI, project management, data, cloud, or go big. Sometimes this is the moment to get another degree and move into what you've always wanted to do. Number four, high value visibility. Volunteer for initiatives that put you in front of decision makers. Most importantly, stop asking what jobs are out there and start asking what kind of work life do I want to create. At this point, we need to work on mindset. Okay, so here's where it gets actionable. This is your 90-day career reset plan, and you can start it anytime, August, September, even October. This will take you right into the new year with clarity and momentum. First 30 days, clarity. Reflect on what you want. Journal, research roles. Reconnect with your professional network. Identify one area you'd like to grow. Next 30 days, credibility. Update your LinkedIn and resume. Sign up for one course or training. Have 3 coffee chats with people in roles you admire. Final 30 days, momentum. Start applying or pitching ideas internally. Track your progress weekly. Do something each week that moves you closer to your new direction. This is how you break the cycle of waiting and start the cycle of action. This one's personal because the biggest challenge in a mid-career transition isn't just the job search, it's the self-worth spiral. This is not where I thought I would be at this point in my life or career, or both. If you've been laid off, overlooked, or stuck in a toxic role, you've probably started to doubt yourself. So this is a reminder to you. You're not too old. You're not behind. You're not the problem. You're just overdue for a new chapter, and you have every right to write it. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite the fear. The process doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. You don't need to wait for January. You don't need to wait for the company to finally recognize you. Don't do that, by the way. That's passive and not active. You can start this now and walk into the new year with a career that actually fits your life. All right, so that's it for my video on what a mid-level career change and development plan can look like. Please drop me a comment and tell me what you're going through, what's going well, and what needs to change. I would love to hear about it. And if you want leadership advice that's grounded in real life resilience, check out my newsletter, The Executive Edge, or join my private LinkedIn group, Leadership Lunch Break. I've linked everything in the description below. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.